Well, I have a way for you to spend your Friday night.
What's that?
Comedy. And live comedy shows are back. They're back in Rochester, and Jessica Kirson performing tonight and tomorrow at Comedy at the Carlson. Joining us live this morning, Jessica, looks like you're in your hotel room. You're here in Rochester, I'm assuming. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we're so excited to have you here. And I mean, just so blessed, right, that comedy is back open finally in New York. Jessica, a lot of people probably already know your face and your name, of course, from your comedy, but also you have a new movie, a documentary on Hulu that a lot of us here have already seen called Hysterical. Tell me about the reason that you decided I'm going to make and produce this documentary, because it's a huge hit, obviously, right now.
Well, I've been doing stand-up for 22 years, and there's a very tight-knit, group of friends, female comics in New York that have been doing it. We've been friends for so long and have experienced so many things together, and we wanted to tell a story, and it was done so beautifully. And we got together and we made a movie about being comics, being female stand-up comedians, and telling our story and just talking about how hard it is and that we're warriors, and to be in it for so long, to plow through and be successful. And it's hard enough to be a comic, but it's a lot harder to be a female comic. And I think people really got a good picture of what it's like. And so many people in other jobs, so many women in other jobs really related to it and said, this is my story. I'm not a comic, but this is my exact story.
Right.
I relate to this so much.
Right, especially other women in business. I know you're a mom as well, too. You have 4 daughters, and you want to set an example and show them what it's like, and hopefully that it gets better. But I know it's hard to be a female comic and be able to be so successful for this long. Do you ever worry about the things that you say maybe taken even more out of context and say maybe a fellow male comic or somebody else? Because we know a lot of comedians right now with cancel culture are having things that they said in years past coming back to now, I want to say, haunt them and getting canceled.
Absolutely. I mean, first of all, men can get away with a lot more on stage. For example, sometimes I'll say things, and I've been saying this in a lot of interviews, there'll be a man in the audience that'll go, Jesus, or oh, and I'm like, what? What triggered you? What, because I'm a powerful woman, or because I said something, what made you so nervous just now? Like, I call them out, which is hilarious, because then the crowd starts hysterically laughing. I don't let things slide a lot, which is why I think a lot of people love watching my act and love, I do a lot of crowd work and I address things. I don't let things go. I'm very real on stage, and I go at people when they call things out. It's ridiculous.
I love that you do the crowd work, though, because I think it's different every show, right? So you can have the same jokes that you're doing. It's going to change, so every show is going to be different when you get to see you live.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, they expect women to be so proper and us to say, it's like, no, we can say whatever we want. Don't silence me. Also, with cancel culture, it's gone to the point where it's insane. I mean, I do think some people go to a comedy club to be offended. It's like, that is not the right place for you to go. You should go bowling, go to a movie, go somewhere where you're not going to get offended, because we are truth tellers. We are supposed to be making fun of things. Now, of course, it should come from a kind place, not a mean-spirited place.
Right.
And I don't think, people should be using hate speech, but we're supposed to be ridiculous. We're supposed to be edgy. We're not supposed to be talking about rainbows and unicorns. We come from pain. We come from angst.
Yeah.
And we make fun of it. Yeah. That's what we do.
I love it. And I hate when female comedians, I know they get frustrated because they'll be like, women will be like, oh, I'm going to drag my husband to your show tonight. Like, it's not just for women, it's for everybody to enjoy. Like, don't tell your husband you're going to drag him there, because if you were going to see someone else, then you'd be like, let's go. Let's make it a fun date night. Like, it's going to be a great time for everybody involved. Don't come in ready to be offended. It's like going to a roast and expecting to be complimented. It's not going to happen. Jessica, thank you so much for joining us. Best of luck. You don't need it. But tonight and tomorrow night at the Comedy at the Carlson. Again, your documentary on Hulu, Hysterical, is now available. And I think there's still some tickets available as well. So I know a lot of people are going to be happy to see you and get some laughs in tonight. We appreciate you joining us.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. You're great. You should come to a show.
Yes, please. I just need to find a babysitter because,
I know. I get it. Trust me. But thank you so much for having me.
Thanks,
Thank
Jessica.
you, and have a great day.
Thank you, honey. All right, we'll be right back. Stay with us.